Welcome back to Mass Appeal. At the end of the day, it's all about intimacy, right?
And it's important when you're in a committed relationship.
However, once it's gone, it can be hard to regain, but that doesn't mean it's impossible.
Clinical psychologist Dr. Tim Hope joins us with some tips. Now, we already talked about the singles on Valentine's Day. Now we have to talk about the couples. Sure. So, I mean, it's kind of a common thing. You know, once you're with someone for a while, that intimacy can be lost, especially with the craziness of life.
Craziness of life, if you have a family, if you're both working, if you have things around the house that you're trying to do, it really pulls us apart as a couple. And so one of the biggest keys to helping to rekindle intimacy is actually spending time together. Now, spending time together, couples time, means not spending time with other people with each other, not spending time in front of the TV, not spending time with the smartphones on or the computers. It's actually you and your partner one-on-one together.
So it could be a date night, it could be over dinner. There's a variety of things that it could be, but the important things is that you're not doing it while there's something else distracting you.
Right.
Something or someone.
So you're going to be connecting with each other. It gives you an opportunity to actually talk. I know it's kind of strange to sound, sounds strange to say that, but really as a couple, it's very difficult when you have busy lives to have that time to talk.
It is easier said than done. I find it.
You know what, though?
Sure.
Thinking about my situation, my wife and I, we both work similar 9-to-5 schedules. So we get to see each other in the evenings, but some days it's a little bit off kilter. What about a phone call? Would that work?
Phone calls are okay, but that person-to-person where you're sitting in front of each other, you can actually see each other's feelings, you can actually see each other's emotions, make that eye-to-eye contact, even touch each other, hold hands, or be sitting right next to each other. That helps to rekindle intimacy for each other.
And couples time is defined as without anyone else there.
That's
it's
right.
just the two of you. Okay.
Now, roughly how long? I mean, ideally, you spend every waking moment together, but how much might you recommend per week?
You know, there's a lot of research that shows that if you can spend a few times a week, it's not really how much as a quantity, but that quality time, say 3 to 4 or even 5 times a week, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, if you get an hour or a couple of hours for a date night, that's great. But getting to spend that time where you can connect, where you can talk about your plans, you can talk about your concerns, you can just share a laugh, that really helps to build up that relationship.
Now you say there's 3 main ways in which this frequent couple time really improves relationship. The first one is in your communicative skills.
Yeah, so when you're actually spending time together, it really gives you a chance to talk and to be able to make that connection with each other where you can say, well, are you understanding what I'm saying? Or I really hear that you're saying this. Geez, I didn't realize that was so difficult for you. I can really understand that now. And that really helps to build up that communication between each other.
And it's easy for that to be the last thing you focus on when you have jobs and kids. So you do have to make that a priority.
You do. And so much of our communication is done shorthand by a text message, pick up some milk on the way home.
It's so easy to do it that way, right?
That's right.
So don't underestimate the power of face-to-face communication,
Right.
kind of going back to the simplicity of life.
Now this one might seem like a no-brainer, but how is the frequent couple time supposed to raise your intimacy and your romance levels in your life?
So if you actually spend time with each other, then you get reminded about what you like about each other. And that can rekindle that passion. And as you rekindle passion, that can lead to romance. And that's a wonderful thing.
Especially because Valentine's Day is right around the
That's
corner.
right.
And, you know, like you said earlier, it is a commercial holiday. So technically, Valentine's Day should be every day, right?
That's
but
right.
it is a time that everyone's thinking about it. So it is an important
it's a good
thing to
time for us to
focus on.
take stock and,
Yes.
and sort of re-examine what are we doing, what are our practices, and let's try and change some practices to make ourselves more satisfied.
It's kind of like the New Year's resolution for love. I think February is.
Yes, but it's not about spending a ton of money on an item.
No.
It's about that, like
Right.
you're saying. That's exactly
Spend
a
time.
good thing to think about.
And lastly, this frequent couple time can increase your commitment levels. How can it do that?
So as you're spending time with each other, you're remembering about the things that you like about each other, you're building up your communication, you're sharing your values, your hopes, your dreams. That helps to communicate to each other, I value you. You are important. I can set aside time for you. It also communicates to people around you, your friends, your family, your children. This couple is united, this couple is strong, and it is important. And so that builds up commitment and helps you to get through those challenges in the future that you're going to have. Everyone does.
So put down the phone, turn off the TV, try to have a sitter watch the kids and have that time. And maybe Valentine's Day is the perfect day to do that.
Why not?
Dr.
Great.
Hope, it's always a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for your tips today.
Thank
For
you.
singles and for people in relationships. And by the way, these tips are on mymassappeal.com and still ahead.